Y'all, the Disney adults done did it. The Disney adults done did it. Disney done lost $3.87 billion. This is crazy. We ain't getting no more new series, no more new movies for a hot minute.
Not y'all openly sitting up here crying about some damn Disney Plus and some damn TV while your rights are constantly being revoked, stripped away from you, and you worrying about TV. Pick up a book. Increase and boost your literacy skills. Read with your kids. Do some activities outside. Go touch some grass. Go do something else. Because while you're crying today about TV, tomorrow you're going to be crying because you can't feed your family. Because you're going to be replaced by AI. And these corporations don't give a damn about you. Not a damn. They don't care about your rights being revoked because they're trying to save their bottom line. They don't care about you. So while you're running to still put pennies in their pockets and to inflate their bottom line, they're trying to help strip you of your freaking rights, your basic human rights. Hello.
ABC wanted to be funny, but we wanted to be hilarious. And that's why many of us have made the executive decision that we no longer need Disney Plus and that whole bundle that we had with Hulu and whatever other network you had it with. And that is why people are protesting outside of the Jimmy Kimmel studios. And people are also canceling trips to Disney, timeshares with Disney, and a bunch of other things connected with Disney, the parent company for ABC. And one thing that I do know, companies can act like they don't understand when people have principles. They can act like they don't understand what free speech is. They understand revenue. Yes, they understand revenue. They understand when their bottom line is not being met. They understand when their stock prices fall. Yes. They understand that because they're a business. So you can keep carrying on, it's in the ring, running your company into the ground. Meanwhile, people are out here adding PBS Passport in droves. All because you wanted to cut a show off. My God, today. Well, guess you didn't learn from old Target. I don't care what goes viral over there. I ain't shopping over there. You know what else I did?
Hello guys, welcome back to this episode. And black people have joined the movement, and a lot of people are not understanding why the black people are joining the movement despite Jimmy Kimmel being a white person. But it's not all about the race, it's about the principle. Black people over the years, they have fought for freedom of speech. Black people over the years, they have fought for freedom of speech, and of course they are against this influence of state controlled media, and that is what is triggering actually black people to join the movement. And so far so good. Black people are unsubscribing to Disney, and most interesting is how they will actually spend their dollars, and not even the dollar, how they will actually replace watching Disney. And one of the interesting things they are proposing is actually going to libraries and reading books, reading black history. So let's dive in and watch, and of course I'll be back with more commentary.
We hit some new lows over the weekend with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them, and doing everything they can to score political points from it. In between the finger pointing, there was grieving. On Friday, the White House flew the flags at half-staff, which got some criticism. But on a human level, you can see how hard the president is taking this.
My condolences on the loss of your friend Charlie Kirk. May I ask, sir, personally, how are you holding up over the last day and a half, sir?
I think very good. And by the way, right there, you see all the trucks? They've just started construction of the new ballroom for the White House, which is something they've been trying to get, as you know, for about 150 years. And it's going to be a beauty.
Yes. He's at the fourth stage of grief, construction. Demolition, construction. This is not how an adult grieves the murder of someone he called a friend. This is how a 4-year-old mourns a goldfish, okay?
And true, when you look at it keenly, actually Jimmy Kimmel said the fact they will be taking advantage of the death of Charlie Kirk to actually spread their narrative. And of course, I was listening to Black Professor Shahid Bolson also saying the same, that they will take advantage of this incident to actually spread their over policing. And look at what they were doing. They were threatening to shut down the HBCU colleges, something that has nothing to do with uh, black people.
So currently right now, Disney is learning the very hard and fun lesson that racism equals brokey. They are currently at a loss of $3 billion plus just today. And they are projected to continue losing, and this is all as a result from the fallout of them canceling Jimmy Kimmel's show indefinitely. I saw the video of one woman who canceled her $150,000 wedding at Disneyland, saying she doesn't get down with this. 150 stacks gone. She said, nope, never again. No more Disneyland, no more cruises. We don't get down with fascism. This is all just like a little restorative for me, at least personally. Because for a long time, I was under the belief that all Disney adults were just too deep in the sauce, like they've drank way too much Kool-Aid. And for a lot of them, that's their bottom line. They will spend anything, do anything for that rat. But to see so many of them revoking their season passes, their cruises, like, that's where the real money is. And it does make me feel a little tickled pink to know that they are doing this. Like, I'm glad to know humanity isn't completely lost to, like, shiny, sparkly things.
So I just canceled my Disney Plus subscription, and I want to walk you through what happened because they've made it more difficult to cancel. There's no cancellation button on the immediate page anymore. Now you have to log in and then choose a specific profile and then go into the settings and then hit cancel. And then this happens. First they ask you, are you sure you want to cancel? Here's a subsidized rate, or alternatively, here's a way for you to pause the subscription for a couple of months. When you say you still want to cancel, then they give you another retention page and they remind you of all the shows and movies that you'll be missing out on if you cancel your Disney Plus account. And then when you say, no, I still want to cancel, then it takes you to yet a third retention page, still asking you to reconsider, and that if you really want to cancel, to give the reason why you want to cancel. And that's where I told them very quickly and briefly that I don't want my hard-earned money to go to fascists who are anti-free speech. And then finally, when they let you cancel, they remind you that you still have the subscription for several more weeks, and they want you to reactivate the account. Early reports are that Disney stock has already plunged 7% in light of firing Jimmy Kimmel. You guys, at the end of the day, canceling Disney Plus is not going to stop fascism by itself, but it sends a message to these billion-dollar corporations that we are paying attention and that we will not tolerate this kind of fascism. And finally, I will say, if you have the capacity to transfer those funds to independent journalists, to activists, to people actually speaking truth to power, subscribe to them. Let's create a future by investing in people actually committed to justice and human rights, not those corporations capitulating to fascism.
As a parent, do you know how excited I am to never have to give Disney another dime of my money? Like, not Disney Plus, not a Disney cruise, not Disneyland, not Disney World. We will not be there with Mickey and Minnie. Mickey and Minnie can go somewhere in a dark corner and cry their rodent tears. I don't care, but we won't be there. I haven't been this excited and so grateful for something since the Target boycott because I didn't want to go back in there again either. Had a great excuse to never go back again. And for those of you who are saying, why would you do this to your kid? He's going to be sad. My kid is about the cause. When somebody said something to Target to him, and he loved Target prior to the boycott, he said, we are not going, we are boycotting. So guess what? When we talk about Disney now, we're going to talk about our values and how if places don't necessarily align with our values, we ain't going. We ain't going. Our dollars do matter. They still matter. And so we can choose to spend them elsewhere. Yay! No Disney! No Disney!
Hello guys and welcome back. We know Disney and its subsidiaries ABC. Disney controls Marvel's Pixar, SPN, Hulu and ABC show. And now the black people are actually boycotting. what will happen? Black families will actually miss the movies, sports, and kids program. But what are the options? And will this option actually favor the black people? Some of the black people, of course, they are opting to libraries and black history education, which I feel that it's a great thing. Teaching kids directly about their own heroes like Martin Luther King, Marcus Garvey, and Malcolm X, and such kind of heroes. And we know the impact of this hero to the creation of black history, and to the movement and to the freedom of black people until now. Another option I think is black-owned media. Support revolt, the griot, blavity, or independent YouTubers. We have so many black channel that are actually educative, and that are uniting and giving a very powerful insight. Another thing, or another option black people may take after boycotting Disney is a community and cultural event, black museums, theater, festival, and heritage program. And I think for long we have been actually missing this, and I feel that this community and cultural event actually bond the black people together more than actually watching a television show. And last but not least, global African connection. Films, hook, films, books, and creators from Africa and the diaspora. And yeah, for so many years, they have been a lot of disconnect, a lot of stereotype that have hindered the interaction of Black Americans, the Caribbeans, Black Brits, and Africans. And it's high time now that we have this platform to actually come together and learn and unlearn, because when we unite and we know each other, we can actually do a lot. We can do business with each other. We can learn other things, and I feel that is a great option. Yeah, but let's look at why this boycott matters, because some of the people are not understanding why the black people are involved in Jimmy Kimmel, and they're thinking that Jimmy Kimmel is white. Yeah, he is white, but it's a matter of principle, not personality. It's bigger than Jimmy Kimmel. Black people defend the principle of free speech they fought for since the civil rights struggle, and we know this struggle actually involved the death of a lot of black heroes like Martin Luther King and Malcolm X. And freedom of speech is something that black Americans and black people should not actually overlook. They will always fight for it. Secondly, warning to state-controlled media. Boycotting sends a message. If you silence voices critical of Trump or Kirk, you risk losing entire community of viewers. That is actually true. In United States, I think democracy and freedom of speech, and every reader is subject to criticism. So I think that we cannot again start going backward, so that when you criticize Mr. DJT, we are having problems. And I think this is kudos to the black people. They should always push this culture of freedom of speech and free media also. Collective identity. For Black American, this is about defending the hard-earned legacy of fighting censorship and oppression. So those are some of the reasons that maybe I think, I don't know whether you have something to add, or what you think about these reasons why the black people are into this movement. And when you look at the big picture. It's not about the Disney, and they are not actually boycotting the Disney programs. Yeah, Disney programs have been cool. They have been good, and I don't know what happened. They subjected to this pressure of actually showing some kind of limitation to freedom of speech. But again, these are the reasons why the black people are actually boycotting. Yeah, some of the argument are actually super interesting, and some black people are starting saying that they are starting to see some of the disadvantage of actually relying so much on TV programs. And that's why I was asking myself why it is better not to rely on Disney and TV for black kids' growth. One of the reasons is that TV was never built for us. Disney, ABC, and most of the mainstream outlets were created to serve the majority narrative, not to center on black stories. That is true. You will find very little of straight and educative black history. Representation often comes Representation often comes late, shallow, or stereotype, and it's high time you may not see the stereotype, but when you look at keenly, there are several stereotypes that are pushed toward black community and minority community. And another reason is that there is missed opportunity for real education. That is super true. TV entertains but rarely empowers. Libraries, community programs, and cultural hub can teach black kids their own history and heroes knowledge TV will never prioritize. That is super correct. And thirdly is strengthening identity outside corporate control. Depending on TV, put black children's mind in the hands of corporation that can never censor, erase, or twist narrative. Taking control of storytelling through books, black-owned platforms, and community-led projects build a stronger identity. And of course, last but not least, networking with the global black family. Instead of waiting for Disney to validate us, we can connect with the black creators in Africa, the Caribbean, Europe, and across the diaspora. And of course, I want to say kudos for the creators and the whole of black community. There have been a lot of channels that are super educative and are giving very powerful insight. And kudos to that. We are onto the road that we are supposed to be. Social media, mainstreaming, and podcast create spaces where black children can see themselves reflected without distortion or even stereotyping. And lastly, of course, turning boycott into power. Every dollar not spent on Disney is a message that black audience demand authentic storytelling, redirecting that energy into black-owned or diaspora content, build our own ecosystem of entertainment and knowledge. So those are the few reasons why we should not depend on TV programs for growth of our black kids. Yes, and of course I was looking this comparative to the Chinese kid. We know that not saying that the Chinese are the better, but you will realize that the Chinese people they actually grow to be united and super disciplined. And I was looking at what do they put first, and one of the things that they put first is education first. Family emphasize on study, discipline, and respect for elders over pure entertainment. Collective activities like martial art, calligraph, music and cultural festival are shaped experiences that unite children. And of course, those are some of the things that I said earlier that are a substitute to watching Disney and other TV programs. And another thing the Chinese do best is national identity. Schools and media push pride on Chinese culture and history, which strengthen discipline and loyalty. And that is what I said, that an option for not watching those programs is actually looking for the channels that teach black history, is going to library, learning black history, engaging in activities that actually challenge the discipline of a black kid. And I think those are the things that we have looked to, and I think that they are important. When you also compare with the African kid, they do some of the things. One of the things they do is a community-based upbringing. It takes a village to raise a kid. Kids grow up in an extended families and neighborhood where everyone contributes. Traditional games and storytelling, outdoor play, folk tales, and music pass down the values, history, and unity. Early responsibility. Uh, Kids are taught choirs, respect, and resilience from young age, which builds discipline and cooperation. Cultural pride, songs, dances, and festival root then in identity without needing Hollywood validation. Now, of course, that is all I got to say on this episode. Those are my commentaries. Let me know what you think about my commentary. Let me know what you think about this episode. Until we meet next time, peace, love, and harmony.